Despite the fact that he was abducted at the end of the previous season, and thus might have been killed off, General Lane survives the events of the first few episodes of Superman and Lois Season 4. This is despite the fact that his first attempt to flee Luthor and his henchman fails. Jordan finds his grandfather after Luthor forces him to dig his own grave and bury him. When the lady who kidnapped General Lane discloses where he is held, Jordan and Lois then rescue the general. This demonstrates to Lois that Luthor is deliberately trying to destroy her life. He tells her father that this is the reason he has been focusing on Superman and General Lane, since he knows how close she is to both of them. Having said that, Lois also makes it clear that she believes he will attempt to turn his sons against her as well, much like Luthor believes Lois turned his daughter Elizabeth against him. Given that Elizabeth's whereabouts are allegedly unknown, there's a good chance that General Lane and Lex Luthor will clash once more in the future. Major plot twists are revealed in Superman and Lois Season 4, Episode 2, where it is revealed that Chuck, an apparently amiable citizen of Smallville, discovered Superman is actually Clark Kent after seeing the Kent family's response to the hero's death. It's interesting to note that Chuck is seen attempting to protect the boys from Lex Luthor when he shows up to scare them, implying that this news might have gained the Kents at least one more ally in the future. Surprisingly enough, once Superboy tries to scare Luthor to win back his father's affection, Luthor seems to finally realize that Superboy is Jordan Kent and that Clark Kent is Superman. In earlier flashback moments between the two, Luthor looked completely oblivious to the Man of Steel's secret identity, even though he charged Lois of betraying him in an attempt to keep Superman safe. Years later, Lex is presumably encouraged to intensify his plots to ruin the Kent family and everything they hold dear by learning that Lois is, predictably, married to Superman. Additionally, it makes the Kent brothers even more vulnerable as Lex's animosity towards Superman and Lois will undoubtedly influence how he treats them. In Superman and Lois Season 4, Lex Luthor's villainy is intensified to a whole new level. The antagonist obtains Superman's heart from Doomsday and retains it in a case he specially commissioned from a Milton Fiennes character, who is notably an alias for Brainiac in the comic books and could have significant ramifications for upcoming episodes. Luthor uses this to set up a trap for the Kent family, and in the end, Jordan falls for it, attempting to save his father's heart so that once he's complete, Clark's healing factor and Kryptonian technology would be able to bring him back. Jordan discovers that the heartbeat he believed to be his father's is actually a fake that has been placed into a Superman figure. While a result, the trap is set, subduing Jordan and making him watch while Luthor crushes his father's heart. If this had been enough on its own, the villain then takes advantage of the situation to force Lois to select one of her children to defend via phone call. Curiously, this is also where Luthor's plans start to unravel. Here, family friend and mayor of Smallville Lana Lane decides to oppose Luthor by challenging his legal claim to properties in the area. And Luthor's own representatives explain that the stock market has crashed since he was released from prison, and that Luthor must return to Metropolis for his company to succeed. As a result, even while the antagonist pulls off some horrifying ruses in these first two episodes, it doesn't appear like his dominion is impregnable. Unexpectedly, Tyler Hoechling's Kal-El makes a sort of comeback in the Superman and Lois Season 4 premiere, just not in the way viewers might anticipate. In Episode 2, Superman makes a holographic comeback, following in the footsteps of his own parents, who also make holographic appearances in the series and provide Clark with information and guidance. Since there is a Superman for the sons to talk to and make amends with, this is an effective approach to let a version of the character participate in conversations in Season 4 when he otherwise cannot. However, it also casts doubt on Clark's own return. But since Superman and Lois is based on the death of Superman comic, which also brings Superman back to life, perhaps Superman and Lois Season 4 will also see the return of the beloved DC superhero.